Welcome to This Day. Today is Friday and it is September 11th. 19 years ago, as you may have remembered, we had the 9/11 episode that happened in New York and around the country. So I wanted to just sort of read a couple of things just to tell you a little bit about what's happening today. So both President Donald Trump and Democratic challenger Joe Biden will commemorate the 19th anniversary of the September 11th attacks in rural Pennsylvania, where one of the hijacked planes crashed in a field. It's the second time Trump will mark September 11th with a visit to the site. He visited the Pentagon in 2017 and 2019. Vice President Mike Pence and his wife Karen will attend September 11th memorial ceremonies in New York this year, and the 9/11 Memorial Museum will reopen today, first to family members of those that died in 9/11, and then to the public thereafter this afternoon. So just wanted to give you a little kind of an update on what they're doing, and I'm sure there are various things online that you are able to watch. In fact, this morning when I was on Facebook, you can watch what's going on in New York with both the president and the vice president. Okay, we do not have any meetings to tell you about today, so that's a good thing, I guess. You don't have to worry about any meetings. And then today we will be visited, hopefully by Jeff Parker. We hope he'll be on his way in today to tell us a little bit about what's going on here in the village. And then we are going to have some additional life hacks, which is groceries. So stay tuned for that. Now let's go ahead and give you our resources that we normally do on a regular basis. Now, of course, you could always go to covid19.ca.gov, and that is where you're going to find much of the information that is available today, including where we are at in terms of reopening. Or you could go look at ochealthinfo.com, where you can find all the latest numbers. They do have a hotline that you can call, 714-834-2000. And you can always go to our website, which is lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com. And if you have any questions, you can email them to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. All right, well, we woke up to very hazy outside again. You know, we just can't seem to shake this smoke from all over Northern California, Big Bear, as well as San Diego. So we are looking at a warm day, providing the haze does burn off. It will be warm, but not as warm as we thought, 88-65. Tomorrow, 85-65, Sunday, 87-66. Then on Monday, we have a hot day projected, 92-70, and then cooling off on Tuesday, 82-64. But don't get too excited. Another heat wave might be coming later in the week. And then let's go to we'll go to the sunrise and sunset, then we'll go to the travel slide. So sunrise and sunset, what a gorgeous photo. But the sunrise this morning was 6:32 and the sunset 7:02. And Alan Clark captured this gorgeous photo. So, you know, at least something good does come out of the fire. We get this gorgeous photo. So thank you, Alan, for that. If you have a photo that you would like to share with us of a beautiful landscape of some kind, either around here or maybe from your travels, please email it to lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our travel slide. If you are planning to go to the beaches, they are looking lovely this weekend, 78-66, if you can find a place that doesn't have smoke. Mammoth, very poor air quality up there because of those fires in Northern California. 77 high with a low of 38, so hopefully those temperatures will help, you know, in Northern California. Big Bear, 77-42, and Palm Springs is 106-78. All right, when we come back, we will have an update from Jeff Parker about what's happening in the village, so stay tuned.
By staying home, the community of Orange County has made a difference. But doing so shouldn't mean putting your own health at risk. Hope wants you to know that safe, quality care is available. Don't ignore or delay the medical attention you need. From routine checkups to revolutionary treatments, Hoag is here for you, just as we have been for almost 70 years. Like no other time before, your healthcare choices matter. Get the care you need from the name you trust.
Do you know there's a link between diabetes and cardiovascular disease? If you have diabetes, you're more likely to have risk factors associated with cardiovascular disease, including obesity and high blood pressure. Take steps today to reduce your risk for cardiovascular disease, manage your A1C, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels, develop or maintain healthy lifestyle habits, and learn ways to manage stress. Take medicines as prescribed by your doctor. Stop smoking or using other tobacco products. Take diabetes to heart. Visit niddk.nih.gov to learn more.
In a time of need, it's more important than ever to have caring professionals around you that exemplify kindness, compassion, and empathy. Alethea Home Care is a non-medical, family-owned company aiming to improve and maintain the quality of life for our clients and their families. We work hard to ensure your loved ones are safe and comfortable in a warm and familiar environment. Located right here in Laguna Woods, our services include companionship, light housekeeping, respite care, hospice support, transportation, and so much more. Spoil your loved ones with quality care and call today.
This crisis has changed almost everything, but not our resolve. We've pulled together, worked hard to keep each other safe. We've flattened the curve and are starting to reopen our communities. We can protect the people we love and help Californians get back on their feet. For our families and our communities, let's stay the course and stop the spread.
For the sweaty faces and the hidden smiles, the foggy glasses and the sore ears, the determined looks and the muffled laughs. A simple piece of fabric makes a big statement. I care. Let's all do our part to slow the spread. Wear a mask. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
Welcome back. All right, as I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here who's going to give us lots of updates about what's going on here in the village. Well, welcome. It's nice to see you.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you.
Yeah, I have a few things. Some good news, I think, in the sense of COVID-19. What we saw in Orange County is that we have now dropped down a tier, which means for Orange County, they're now in a situation where they can gradually start to open up some facilities out there in the private sector. This is a great chart. It's changed in the last couple of weeks, but they've now gone to a color-coded system, and that kind of tells you, if you go on their website, it kind of gives you an idea, and then it has language associated with it that lets you know that if you're in a tier, you got to stay in a tier for 2 weeks minimum.
Okay.
And typically it could be up to 21 days in a tier, depending on how you're progressing. Top two things I wanted to mention were the 5.2 and the 4.2. The testing positivity rate now at 4.2, that's gone down significantly where we were a couple months ago. And that's really, really good sign. And that's one of the reasons we've been able to drop down into the red category versus the purple. The cases, 100,000 there at 5.2. Obviously, the goal there again is to get that below 5%, but they're going in the right direction. That's the important thing. Unfortunately, we did have a little bit of an uptick in cases. We were down in the low 200s, but we're up at 281, and unfortunately, 4 additional deaths reported. So that kind of the sad part of the situation. And now we're, as you know, since we're at 1,069 total deaths since COVID-19 started, which is significant and sad. Relative to the village, though, continued good news. I mean, we're still at 49 cases. Actually, at one point in time, it was said we were at 50. They made a correction, so we're at 49 cases for Laguna Woods, which includes the whole city, but we're 95% of that. So, and at 5 deaths. So those numbers haven't changed. So that's real good. Our activity out in the village, people wearing masks and everything, is doing really, really well. And so we much appreciate all of our residents from doing that. I did want to mention with regards to opening up facilities that although we're hearing in very limited capacity that in Orange County, like a restaurant or some can have 25% or 10%, we are still not opening up our facilities at this point in time because of the management of just being able to let 1 or 2 people in or 3 people in. We don't have that kind of system set up yet. We're evaluating that. So as we move forward and take a look at that, if there is a way in which we can be safe and secure, then we'll definitely evaluate that and provide that information to the governing boards and let them ultimately make the final decision. But it is something where in the private sector, the ability to have just 10 people go in, that's 10 more people than they had. So I think they look at it as a revenue raiser. We don't look at it as a revenue raiser when we're opening facilities. So we're still focused on hopefully at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year seeing a COVID-19 vaccine. I know that they're working very, very hard on that issue, and I know that there's issues out there with it, but that's what we were proposing, and that's what we've recommended to the boards, that let's wait until we get that vaccine to make sure we can be real safe with regards to congregating in our facilities.
Right, right. And one thing that I did happen to notice, there were a few restaurants that said, well, you know what, 25% capacity isn't going to pay our bills. So they are continuing their outdoor dining, which I think is great. I mean, as long as the weather's great, why not? So if they can arrange that with the cities, then they might as well just have outdoor dining as well. And if you choose to sit inside, you certainly can.
And I've been to a couple places where their capacity outdoor is almost the same as their capacity indoor, so it makes a lot of sense to go in that direction.
It does.
There is movement in a lot of cities to try to create more outdoor space for restaurants, even closing streets in some communities where they've restricted access for the vehicles and allowed them to go out into the street areas with, which is kind of interesting.
Right, which is what they did in Laguna Beach. I love it. It makes it feel like Europe. So it's kind of neat
very
that way.
similar to that.
Yeah, it's sort of a nice way to look at it. So that's good. So perfect. Well, thank you for those numbers. And then I understand that there's lots of people out there who want to have their court facilities. They want to have their pickleball and their tennis, and which they can do now. But you're talking about expanding.
Yes, so what we're doing is we started the evaluation this week and looking at next week coming out with the protocol to expand to full operation of our tennis and pickleball hours of operation that we were conducting before. We do have security issues that we want to make sure with regards to the late hours, but most importantly, we were doing early morning and then evening, and looking at now, let's just go from early morning all the way through the day and add those additional hours and those additional court times. With the new reservation system, we think we can handle that efficiently, and so that'll be a real positive just to give more hours of operation. We're going to look at the same activity with regards to our pools. Can we expand that, make sure we have our capacity, and if we can do that and meet the needs, then we'll continue to go in that direction. If we need to expand to meet the needs of our residents, then we'll look at that with regards to opening up other facilities. At the same time that we're doing that with our current operations, our recreation department is starting to develop the not only the protocol, but lining up classes. And when I mean lining up classes, it's we find instructors. So we hire instructors to come in. So that's part of the challenge that we're having right now, is finding the appropriate instructors to do more outdoor classes, like Tai Chi or yoga, where we still have the policy of no more than 15 people in one grouping, but we can space it out, wearing masks, have more outside activities. We just want to continue to expand that so people have more activities that they can participate in.
Okay, that's awesome. I mean, everyone's dying to get out and they want to be able to participate, but we've got to do it step by step. So that's awesome.
Be safe.
And yeah, be safe for sure. And of course, we did have an update from United with Sue Margolis the other day, and budgets and more budgets. So there's a lot of budget stuff going on.
Exactly. So on Tuesday, United adopted their budget for 2021. They did that via the process of having 2 or 3 reiterations of the evaluation of the budget. The good news for the residents, I think, especially, is using the surplus that we had this year because of some of the savings that we had because of COVID-19, rolled that into their contingencies and their reserves, so they didn't have to bump those up, which they normally do a few dollars. So the zero assessment is their approach this year. That's on their base level. There will be adjustments for the individual members in United with regards to their property tax or their property insurance. But the base is at 0. And accomplishing that, I think, was an important activity for the United Board. They wanted to really focus on that. They also want to have a special meeting in October where we come back and do even a deeper dive into their reserves to see whether or not that contribution could be even lowered even more and still meet all their needs and obligations that they have with regards to maintaining and fixing up their units. So we'll be doing that in October.
Yeah, that's great, and that's good information for sure that they are going to have a 0 assessment, hike.
Exactly.
I mean, that was probably.
So GRF United now at that, and next week we have Third adopts their budget.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, we'll look forward to that information. And then lastly, we did do a little 9/11 tribute this morning, and I know you wanted to say a few things
That's
about
great.
that.
I just wanted to let people know that it's important to remember this day. Very, very sad day in a sense. And with that, for me, personal shout out to everybody that's in the public safety, fire, police, for their fraternity that really acted on our behalf and going in there and trying to save people. Right. We lost a lot of lives that day, and it's something that we won't remember, or we will remember. We'll continue to remember. And I just, for me personally, just a thank you to all of those people, and for those in the community that were directly impacted, and those that serve in the military or serve in the public safety. I just want to say thank you for your service, and we'll continue to remember this day.
Great, thank you, and we'll see. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right. And remember, stay tuned for our grocery hacks that we have coming up, and also stay tuned for next week because we are going to have additional information regarding the expansion of the courts. We'll be right back.
The City of Laguna Beach and surrounding areas have an active coyote population. Here are a few things you can do to help keep your families and pets safe.
When walking your pets, make sure they are on a short leash. Clean up after you grill outside, either at your home or in a city park. Keep your pets indoors in the evening and at night. Harvest your garden and fruit trees as soon as your vegetables and fruit are ready. Do not leave food or water outside, not for your own pets and not for wildlife. And most importantly, never approach coyotes as they are wild animals.
Together we can help make this city safer for your families, pets, and the coyotes.
Okay, so we have some other additional ideas for you to keep your groceries fresher longer. Now, the first one is you're going to ditch your plastic for mason jars, glass mason jars. Now, the nice thing is you're not being exposed to the BPA that can be found in plastic containers, plus the mason jars don't stain. So if you put like spaghetti sauce, that is such a better way to go because often I put spaghetti sauce into those Tupperwares and the thing is just ruined because they really do stain them. Plus, also, it's going to last a few days longer in the glass. Now, you can find a 4-pack for $12.30 on Amazon. Another idea is to use reusable produce bags. Now, they are helpful to allow your food to breathe and keep it fresh longer. Your food will often look better, taste better, and last longer once you get harmful plastics out of your routine. Now, another interesting thing is you can shrink wrap the crown of the bananas. So you would take your little shrink wrap and you would just tie it along the top of your banana bunch when you get it home, and it helps it to not release ethanol gas that is inside your banana. So I love that idea because I swear, I think I get that banana home and by 2 days later, it's already spoiled. So, especially because you're leaving it out on the counter and not putting it in your refrigerator. Now this is an interesting thing for your onions. I've never heard of this. Drop an onion in each foot, tie it, and this is in the foot of pantyhose. So if you have some pantyhose lying around that you don't use anymore, you may want to give them a wash and then go ahead and put in your onions. You're going to drop them into each foot, tie a knot in between, and then continue the pattern on up the leg. Now, this is supposed to keep your onions dry, breathable, separated, and if you suspend them in the air, it maximizes their shelf life. Not sure how they're going to look in your kitchen, but you know, you never know. Whatever you're going to do to keep your onions dry. Wrapping your greens in foil will help them last longer in the refrigerator. So when you wrap them in foil like broccoli, lettuce, and celery, it will last for more than a month in your refrigerator. Now, placing your tomatoes upside down on the counter or in the refrigerator is a better way to go. So if your stem was removed before the purchase, place the tomato upside down so the air won't seep into the small opening, which expedites ripening. Well, that's sure cool. Also store leftover items in airtight glass containers, as I mentioned, using some of your Tupperwares. They end up staining the inside, and plus keeping them in these glass containers won't allow chemicals to seep into your food and will keep the air out even better. Tidying up and organizing your refrigerator will not only allow you to see your items much better, but it will make sure that other things don't contaminate each other, and it reduces the clutter and allows the circulation of the cold air in your refrigerator to make sure all of your items stay fresh. So there's a couple of kitchen tidbits for you to keep your groceries to last longer.
Cups, plates, burgers, chips, masks, outdoor air, 6 feet of distance, as few people as possible, and plenty of hand soap. Make sure lowering the risk of spreading COVID-19 is on your list for your next small gathering.
Do your part to lower the risk.
It was just a get-together with friends. No big deal. Everybody felt fine. Now, I'm super sick. Everyone is sick. I just wish we had been more careful. It would have been easier than this. So wear a mask. Do what you can outside. Stay 6 feet apart. Because some things you just can't take back.
Do your part to lower the risk.
Right, well, today's movie is called March of the Penguins, and this is narrated by Morgan Freeman, and he has such a great voice. It's really a nice film that's about the end of Antarctic summer, where the emperor penguins of the South Pole journey to their traditional breeding grounds in a fascinating mating ritual that is captured in this documentary by the intrepid filmmaker Luc Jacquet. So that is a great flick, and that'll be today, and you can see that at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 7 p.m. without subtitles, and that is brought to you by Memorial Care. Then tomorrow's movie will be Citizen Kane, so an oldie but a goodie by Orson Welles, and it is, if you don't remember, it is about a reporter who is assigned to decipher newspaper magnate Charles Foster Kane's dying words. His investigation gradually reveals the fascinating portrait of a complex man who rose from obscurity to staggering heights through Kane's friend and colleague and his mistress, Susan Alexander, shed fragments of light on Kane's life. The reporter fears he may never penetrate the mystery of the elusive man's final word, Rosebud. And you can see that at 3 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles tomorrow, and that is brought to you by Irvine Clinical Research. Now, just to tell you a little bit about exercising, because I know we all are looking to exercise to help shed the weight we've gained from being indoors and probably eating more than we should, you can participate Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Or you can do the entire week if you'd like. You're going to join arthritis instructor Christina Stifel for a class that reduces the pains that arthritis brings to joints in the body. Now you can do it standing or sitting, and you can do it at your own pace. It's a great class for all seniors at home, and it does help to control your weight, and it also helps you to get a good night's sleep. Now, if you would like to participate in this, you can get a hold of AgeWell, and it is 949-973-8973. You're going to ask for Christina, and it is $2 a class, so you can participate in that for as many days as you want. So you can go ahead and sign up for that. All right, let's go ahead and take one last look at our weather. Now, of course, we have our haziness still going on outside from the fires, so the air quality isn't so good, so be careful when you're outside. Today we're looking at a warm day of 88-65, tomorrow 85-65. Sunday, a little warmer again, 87-66. Then by Monday, we are looking at a hot day, 92-70. And then Tuesday, we are looking for a cool down, 82-64. However, I do see that we might be headed for another heat wave following later in that week. So crazy stuff with all of the smog and fog and everything else that we're experiencing in heat. So anyway, have a great day today, Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back here again tomorrow at 9 a.m. And of course, if you would like to watch our program again, you can see it at 12:30 and 5 p.m. Today, and then every day, Monday through Saturday. So again, have a great day in the village, stay healthy, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Consider hearing to be an essential part of your life. During this time of quarantine and isolation, you need to be hearing the best you can to understand how to stay safe and to hear your friends and family. Advanced Ear Care is offering service to everyone that needs help with their hearing aids, no matter where it was you purchased. If it's not working properly, please call for a free troubleshooting appointment. We even have hands-free, no-contact curbside service. There's no charge for this service. Advanced Ear Care is here to keep you hearing during these critical days.
Hi, I'm April, owner of Glitterbug Gold Buyers, your gold buying specialist. We educate, guide, and protect you when selling your gold. How do you know if you're getting the highest payout? At Glitterbug, we provide education so you know you're getting the best deal. We make sure that our customers have an excellent experience, and that's why Glitterbug has a perfect 5-star reputation online. Give us a call to find out about our mobile service, or just stop by our office. No appointment necessary. We look forward to meeting you.
Most real estate agents stick to the 3 Ps of marketing. They place it on the MLS, they put up a sign, and pray that it sells. Laguna Premier Realty takes a different approach to marketing your home. From professional and high-quality photos, to high-definition video, single property websites, and 3D virtual tours. We will make your property stand out and, most importantly, sell. So whether you are looking to list your current home or find your dream home in the village, Laguna Premier Realty is here to help.
Did you know 1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer before the age of 70? Yet many people never have a yearly skin exam. We're a dermatology practice that provides skin cancer exams. Dr. Tidwell at Golden Coast Dermatology specializes in Mohs microscopic surgery to remove skin cancer, which has the highest cure rate. We accept almost all insurance plans. Don't ignore that spot or mole any longer. Call or text us today to schedule a skin cancer screening appointment.